I'm James Seibert. I'm the chairman of the enrichment board here at St. Matthew's.
You must learn.
I've been the chairman for a number of years, and this is a strong interest of mine. STEM program that we are trying to create here at St. Matthew's is to stimulate the thinking of the young people in the area of science and technology, engineering and math.
Can anybody tell me what a robot is? What makes a robot?
It walks and it drives and it does stuff. It does emotions. Piece of technology that we still are figuring out. Because sometimes a robot can help the environment.
Also, they're used for some, parts of robots are used to move things and to build cars.
A robot is like something that can move and walk and move its arms and pick up some things, and some can spin around that they make.
Robots have to move, robots have to have a computer part, and robots have to be able to sense their environment. You have to have all three of those things. The program, the robotics program, is kind of disguised. The kids think it's a lot of fun, but at the same time they're learning mathematics. They got to be able to calculate the circumference of a circle. They got to learn some building skills. They need to know how to build a robot so it'll, perform certain tasks. They've got to plan ahead of time because a robot, you have to build it step by step by step. And so they have to plan ahead of time exactly what they want their robot to do. So on this panel right here, then I have access to all this stuff on here, all this instructions. Okay. Now my robot has two motors, okay? Let me show you that. And I got one on the right side, one on the left. They plug up in here, these called ports A, B, and C, okay? So my motors are going to be in B and C, okay? So I want to tell my robot, since I have two motors, I want both motors to do the same thing. So I'm going to click on this move block, and I come down here. See A, B, and C? Mm-hmm. So what do you think I do for there?
A and B?
I'm not using A, so I'm going to use B and C, right?
Yeah, B
so
and C.
They're checked, right? Mm-hmm. So the first thing I want to do is go straight, correct? Mm-hmm. So look down here, I've got a straight up arrow, I've got a backwards arrow, and I've got a stop. So right here, I already got that checked, right? So it's going to go straight, okay? Now here's like a steering wheel. It's like on the bike, you see how bike handlebars are? It's right in the middle, right? So this is already set up to go straight. This is a very mature technology. A kid really learns quite a bit. Sometimes they don't know they're learning, but because it's so much fun. And so it's just amazing to watch them as they learn things. These kids right here, I don't think any of them worked with robots before, but they're over here now programming the robot to go around the square. And we'll be spending about 15 minutes, I guess, so far. So it's a simple task, but can you see after a semester or 4 or 5 months, things they can learn?
Do we check it out?
Yeah, let's go ahead and see. Bring it down here and see if you can make it go in. Put it back on the middle of the square. Make sure it's we'll put it in the middle now. We always want to start.
In the middle.
Yeah, put it right in the middle. Okay. Now you got to press the orange button twice. Get out the way. Watch out. Did it turn?
1, 2. No. It was on sorrow.
So it's trial and error. It's not going to always work the first time, but they're going to learn. But now they're going to go back and they're going to check it out. They're going to as in real life, nothing works the first time, so you have to go back and you troubleshoot and figure out what went wrong. So these are all technologies, things they're going to learn that's going to go a long way to help them in the future as they become adults. Who knows? We may be launching a few engineering and scientific careers here, as you can see.
It's out, boys.
We know that so many of our kids shy away from this science and math, the hard sciences and math, once they pass the middle school. But we think if we start with young people at a very tender age of 7, then by the time they get to middle school, they would have been well immersed in the science and technology. And we want to start small here with our program here at St. Matthew's, but we're hoping to expand this to be a major program here at this church, and to involve not only members of our church, but members of the community as well.
Hey, the kids were young, but I know that they have heard some of the terminology that we use today, global warming and the greenhouse effect. And the fact that we're all under the same rules about taking good care of the planet and recycling, and I know they hear a lot on TV about recycling, and they probably see their parents do it at home. So a lot of things I've been shredding and putting in the trash, you can recycle. And you can recycle bottles, glass, paper, plastic, all kinds of things. Instead of throwing them into landfills, you can recycle them and use them over and over again. So what I brought were some things that you can make toys from recyclables before you throw them away. Try again?
Yeah.
Okay, now throw it the little green bottles, okay? You are good. You are good. Another thing you can do with recyclables is to make a wireless telephone. Would you like to, okay, George, you want to talk to him? Now, one of you will hold it at your ear, and the other will talk into it. You have to say it a little louder than that.
Hello. Hey there. Can we get into this section?
Can you hear him?
A little.
Okay, all right. You can also make science experiments. Do I have a born scientist here today? Oh, right. Okay. I have vinegar in this bottle. In this balloon, I have baking soda. So I want you want the top off here. You hold the bottle. And do I have another volunteer? Okay. Now you're going to take the little twist tie off of the balloon, and you're going to see if you can get the contents of the balloon into the bottle where the vinegar is, and see what happens. Now you have to hold it over so everything from the balloon goes into the bottle, okay? All right, I'll let you hold it
I
there.
think I know what's going to happen. But
Okay, now stand so they can see it now.
Oh.
You got to shake the balloon so what's in the balloon will come out and go into the bottle where the vinegar is. What's going on? What's going on?
It's going to it's going to explode or overflow.
Well, it's not going to explode. I wouldn't do that to you. So. Let's see if we can get more of what's in there. It is. It's coming out now. What's happening?
Uh-oh.
Now, shake it up a little bit. You can put your hand on it and shake it up a little bit. Here. Let me put the top on. Now.
Ooh, can I shake it up a bit? Wait.
Let's see what happens. Now, hold it so they can see it. Now.
I'll shake it one down.
Yeah. Now take the top off and shake it up some more. Yeah. Okay. What you did, you combined an acid, which is vinegar, and a base, which is baking soda, and you made a salt and water. So you made a salt and water.
The question is, how do you know what's recyclable and what's not recyclable?
Good question. You have a little mark. They give you a little mark.
Yeah.
You see that little mark right there, like a triangle? That will tell you what's recyclable. All the plastic has marks on it that let you know whether it's recyclable or not. So all you have to do is look for the little symbol. Here it is. You look for that little symbol, and that tells you whether it's a good question. And so I wanted them to really understand that we have to all take care of our planet, because Earth is one of the few in any solar system that supports life, and the life that we live with, we impact, and we don't want to impact that life in a negative way. We want to be positive, and even as young children, they can make a difference. They can help, and they can remind their parents at home that I can be a helper and I can make the world a better place by making sure that we keep it clean and that we can use material in a positive and respectful way that will enable all species to survive on the planet. We don't want to see any species become extinct. let's see. Beetles destroy the western plains. We have, how many of you have read in the paper where bears have come into our neighborhoods? How many of you have seen in the paper where the big brown bears have come into our neighborhoods? They're looking for food. So what has happened? We've cut trees down to use to make paper and other items, and we have destroyed their habitat. So what are they doing? They're coming into our habitat. How many of you have had foxes in your neighborhood here? Yeah. So we have made it difficult for them to exist where they're, normally living. So they come into our neighborhood. Why do you think they come into our neighborhood? Because they like air conditioning and heat? Why do you think they come into our neighborhood? Many of them are looking for food.
Looking for food.
You got that right. Many are looking for food. George?
Well, sometimes if they see their prey going into our natural habitat, they might go after their prey.
Exactly.
Because they're predators looking for food.
Not just polar bears, like Arctic foxes, like you
Yes.
said. When polar bears kill seals, the Arctic foxes usually come behind and eat it. So when the polar bears don't make the kills, the foxes starve too.
Yes. Because we enjoy the diversity of our planet and the diversity of life that exists here. And as a Christian group, we also have to know that we are responsible to God for taking care of all that He has given us. And He has given us dominion over everything that lives on the planet. So we have to all take care of the other species here, just like God takes care of us.